Tomlinson Reflection on ISU's coaching decisions during historic playoff run. A historic season came down to just over 6 minutes, but were the right decisions made in the moment? On January 5, 2026, it had been 4,013 days since Illinois State lost in the FCS 2015 National Championship to North Dakota State on January 10, 2015. 2015 National Championship. Tre Roberson found the end zone late in the fourth quarter to give ISU the lead 27-23 with 1:38 left on the clock. Redbird fans erupted in the stadium, believing a national championship was coming to normal for the first time in school history. But the future second overall NFL draft pick had other plans. Carson Wentz ran the ball for 5 yards in the end zone for the game-winning touchdown with 37 seconds left in the game. The Redbirds had one more chance to win the game, but Roberson threw an interception that brought the Bison to their 4th straight FCS title. Heartbreak filled Toyota Stadium for Redbird fans, and ISU would eventually fall to NDSU again in the 2019 playoff quarterfinals. The Redbirds would not find true success in the playoffs until the 2025-26 season. With a strong regular season effort, ISU found themselves back in the playoffs for the second season in a row after suffering a 42-10 loss to UC Davis in the second round of the 2024 playoffs. The Redbirds flew past Southeastern Louisiana University on the road in the first round, but would face a familiar foe in NDSU in the second round. The Redbirds took on the defending champions for the second time this season, but this time it would be at the Fargodome. 2025 second round. ISU trailed by 2 scores after another rushing touchdown from Barry Kakpinu, but a fire ignited inside every Redbird player. Jake Anderson forced a fumble by Cole Payton on the NDSU 31-yard line with 1:51 left on the clock for a chance to tie the game. Hearts were racing, and hope was alive for Redbird fans. Victor Dawson rushed for 13 yards and put ISU in first and goal, but a short gain of 4 yards and 2 incomplete passes forced the underdogs to go to the end zone on 4th and goal. ISU had one play to keep themselves in the game, but who else to receive the 6-yard touchdown pass than NFL prospect Daniel Savkowicz? ISU trailed by 1, 28-27, and decided to go for it all. ISU head coach Brock Spack decided to go for the 2-point conversion instead of the extra point. With nothing to lose, the unseeded Redbirds chose the risky road instead of playing it safe. ISU special teams had field goal issues throughout the season, but Matt Maldonado had only missed 1 point after attempt all year. Many Redbird fans may have wanted to play it safe and secure the tie to send the game to overtime, but NDSU would still have a minute to go downfield and have a chance to win the game. With the momentum ISU had in the final minutes, going for the win was the right call. ISU was 1 for 3 on 2-point attempts on the season, and the Bison had not allowed a single 2-point conversion all year, but the coaching staff had full faith in their guys. With the season on the line, the offense lined up for the 2-point conversion, and Tommy Rittenhouse connected with Scotty Presson Jr. in the end zone to go up 29-28 with just under a minute left to secure the victory. The call by Spack and ISU coaching staff showed the world that this Redbird program had guts. This scary decision is what made ISU's season continue, in what many call a Cinderella story, despite Spack thinking otherwise. People began to believe that Spack and his coaching staff had what it takes to win a title. Good coaching wins championships, and bad coaching loses championships. It is as simple as that. In ISU's next 2 games, the final scores showed that its opponents had no chance of surpassing the Redbirds to claim a victory. The leadership from Spack reflected in the results of the games, and ISU would carry this confidence into the rest of the playoffs to earn itself a spot in the national championship. 2026 National Championship. Battling Montana State, ISU had fought back after trailing 2 touchdowns going into the final quarter. Rittenhouse connected with Savkowicz for a score to put ISU down 7. The Redbirds went on to tie the game 28-28 after a touchdown from Dylan Lord. The Bobcats were forced to punt on the next drive after a strong defensive effort by the Redbirds. Rittenhouse led the offense to the MSU 21-yard line, but faced a 4th and 1 situation after back-to-back short run gains. Fans would have thought that Rittenhouse seemed confident in going for it to earn a first down, but the coaching staff disagreed in what turned out to be the most controversial decision of the game. The Bobcats had the ability to score quickly, and that was seen right before halftime when they found the end zone on a 36-second drive. Securing the first down would have allowed the Redbirds to run the clock down and potentially win off a last-minute touchdown, but Spack believed going for the field goal attempt was the right decision at the time. This safe play was unusual for ISU in the playoffs when they trailed late in the fourth quarter. The ISU defense had performed well during the second half after nothing short of a disappointing first 30 minutes. The Redbirds gave up 21 points in the first half and only 7 in the second half, so it seems possible that Spack and defensive coordinator Travis Niekamp had full faith in the defense to stop the next MSU drive. This could be the main reason why Spack felt comfortable with the field goal attempt, but it is evident that playing it safe does not always win games, and we saw that in the second-round matchup against NDSU. The ISU offense clearly had the momentum going into their final drive of the quarter, and I believe they would have easily secured the first down to go on and win the game. Many Redbird fans agreed that playing it safe was the wrong decision, and it ultimately ended up costing ISU a national championship. ISU's special teams struggled all season and had 6 blocked kicks going into the game. Spack had confidence in his special teams unit, but I know many Redbird fans did not. Their worries were confirmed when the snap was mishandled not once, but twice during the game to cost them their season. Michael Cosentino's field goal attempt was blocked and recovered by the Bobcats. The Redbird defense forced another 3-and-out on the last MSU drive to force the game to overtime. Rittenhouse connected with Lord again in the end zone, but tragedy struck when the extra point was blocked. MSU went on to score on its overtime drive while facing a 4th-and-10 scenario in what was another controversial coaching decision. The ISU secondary was getting smoked all game by the Bobcat receivers, specifically Taco Dowler. The junior had 111 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns, including the game-winning one in overtime. MSU had one final chance to find the end zone, and ISU's coaching staff decided to blitz and keep single coverage on Dowler, despite how much Justin Lawson had looked for the receiver all game. The defense did the same play call in the previous play. It worked, but it was simply too predictable for the Bobcat offense and coaching staff. Lawson found Dowler in the end zone to tie the game, and Miles Sandsted secured the extra point, allowing MSU to win its first national championship in 41 years. The controversial decisions are still talked about days later, and most likely will be for a long time. The win against NDSU is said to be ISU's hardest game of the playoffs, and they were able to defeat the dynasty to keep their hopes alive. If players and coaches had the confidence, then what was different this time around? Despite the disappointing loss, national recognition was brought to ISU, and the program seems to have a very positive future. Spack returns as the head coach, and with him, he brings back many star players like Ty Niekamp, Dexter Niekamp, Luke Mailander, Mason Kaplan, and more. The return of veteran players makes Redbird fans optimistic about a successful fall season. A controversial call may have cost ISU its first ever national championship, but lessons have been learned for the future, and the Redbirds seek vengeance in the 2026-27 season.